Probably it would be best to not go too far from the main campaign, you know, and focus on the worlds that
Send the whip await those running riot.
the
Sir,
game gives
sir,
me.
a letter for you, sir.
This is what I was
Letter?
talking about.
Who from?
Can't rightly say, sir. I was just to deliver it.
Here's some money.
Here. And thanks.
No, sir. Thank you. And I truly hope I'll be of service again.
My dear friend.
I've been told you're on a jaunt to Toussaint. I do hope you don't overtax yourself during the wine festival. The effects of such exertion at your age can indeed prove most detrimental. I've come upon some information which might be of interest to you. While browsing through a colleague's book collection, I found mention of one Professor Moreau of Beauclair, who conducted research into Witcher mutations. The details I've come to learn are rather vague, and his laboratory's location remains a mystery. Yet his journal should at least provide hints as to both. It is said he was laid to rest with it in his tomb. I enclose a map I found in the tome I happened upon. Though less than completely legible, I trust it will prove useful nonetheless. Should you grow tired of sampling Beauclair's ladies, wines, and other exquisite delicacies, this matter might prove a fruitful diversion. Investigate at your leisure. Your friend, Yennefer.
A professor who studied Witcher mutations. Might actually be worth looking into.
Interesting indeed. The game itself, when the expansion came out, has noted me that I should take a look at the Witcher mutation missions, so that everything would be sorted out. Okay, so the thing about it, about my progress, is that
A smashing place we have, eh? Wine by the barrel.
I want to be
Peace
kind
and
of
quiet.
consistent.
Lovely views.
So if I clean everything here in this region, I mean all the mission, side quests, bandit layers and so on, I would have to instantly go to Skellige and do the same thing, which could be just a little bit too mob grinding without any kind of narrative. So it would be probably best to just go and do the Skellige missions first. Find Ciri there, or find out if she's there, and then go from that point on to see if I can go here or somewhere else, because you know there are quite a few regions. I think there's 4 or 5 full of missions and whatever, so this is gonna take a few days to finish. It's a really awesome long game. So first we're going to Skellige. Now this, look at that, the Duchess gave me some property. We, Anna Henrietta, by the grace of the gods, Duchess of Toussaint, do hereby grant Girl of Rivia, crest of the bridge, the land belonging to the estate of Corvo Bianco, together with all goods and chattel found thereon. Furthermore, Geralt of Rivia now becomes the owner of the estate and swears to see to its care and upkeep. He is to make it fertile and beautiful, and shall enrich himself from the harvest that the land provides for his own glory and glory of Toussaint. Let it be known to all and sundry that in our fair domain deeds of beauty shall never go unrewarded, and the land shall never lie fallow, for both deeds and land exist to be a good fruit. Here illustrates Grace Anna Henrietta. I actually think that the kings should have done the same thing as the Duchess did, solely because it kind of creates loyalty for the land. And if you notice, this Toussaint is a vassal of Nilfgaard. So I'm kind of now obliged to some extent on the moral like principles and values, whatever, to actually be on Nilfgaardian side in this war here in the north, because I actually live in Nilfgaard. So it's in my best interest for Nilfgaardians to win, and kind of for me to be sure that on the ages or decades to come, this land is going to be always secure and free from any kind of invasions from the north, in case Nilfgaard loses here today. Just a thing to note. Now I wonder, how can I find this estate of mine? I'm not really sure. I'll just probably have to investigate it. Because there should be this box like that. Yeah, this is where I live, Geralt's house, and I should probably head there. What do you think? I should probably head there and familiarize with my house, do the missions around the house.
Long live Toussaint.
And this is so different, you see? It's warm, and people look different. Nobody's talking nonsense. The soldiers look different.
Dare to think you've got carte blanche here.
It's really, really diverse. I like it. It's nothing like Velen or anything else. So, where is my house? Right there. Constructed on elven ruins, Corvo Bianco, known as Gwyn Sabine the Elder's Speech, is one of the oldest vineyards in the duchy and producer of a startlingly unique wine, Seprimento. Sadly, the rakish lifestyle of one of its owners, the last member of Beaulieu's line, drove the possession into ruin. The next owner, Baron Rossel, tried to return the vineyard to its former glory, but to no avail. Corvo Bianco was then auctioned off and eventually passed under the control of the ducal treasury. This is what they were talking about when we just entered the city. In the tavern, they were talking about this guy who got into debt, and the creditors simply auctioned its property, which is this. And what can we say? It's near the biggest city in the area. It's alright. So far it looks quite nice. I just wonder if there are any missions for me to do. Yeah, the house looks
Welcome
a little
home,
rusted.
sir. I am Barnabas Basil Fawlty. By order of the Duchess, I shall serve you as Major Domo of Corvo Bianco. I previously served with distinction at the Nibli family manor and in Nazaire with Admiral Rompali, who, as you are certain to know, is an extraordinary demanding gentleman.
Whoa, Barnabas Basil. One thing you ought to know. I'm not your typical landed gentleman. Truth be told, this is the first real property I've ever owned.
Oh, in that case, you must leave it all to me. I shall organize, see to everything, and whip the house into order. I dare say this place will soon be the most prosperous vineyard around.
Great. Can already see I'm in good hands.
Tell me more about it.
Vineyard comes across as a place with a rich history. Know who owned it before me?
Baron Rossel, who went bankrupt, forcing him to sell the estate to the Duchess. The Baron, in turn, had purchased it from Monsieur Bolius of the Headsman, a truly colourful man of Ketweni origin.
He was actually a headsman?
No, not him, but his great-great-great-great-grandfather. Indeed. Apparently he was a common cut-purse who somehow secured for himself the post of ducal headsman in Beauclair. Went about his work with an exceptional penchant. They say he chopped off more heads than there are grapevines in the ducal vineyards.
That's a lot of
Never
heads.
hesitated, not once. Never sliced unevenly, never botched a job. For his exemplary service, the Duke granted him a title and this estate. Monsieur Bolius, on the other hand, was an engineer in his younger years. Once retired, he settled here and took to producing wine. Sadly, misfortune struck and he lost his sense first of smell, then of taste. Additionally, he could not drink alcohol. His medic forbade it.
Shame that. He gave up making wine?
Not at all. He made even more of it. Began throwing wild balls to which he'd invite friends from far and wide in order to treat them to his wine and delight in the fact that at least someone could enjoy it. It's the sort of man he was, Monsieur Bolius.